This is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Good to see you. You can always tell when we have a sports-related crowd. There are a couple of woof-woofs out there. Who did that? You were really good. Excellent. Thank you. Oh, it's a girl. Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. What a big day we have. A sports star, big savings on fashions, great food, giant giveaways. I cannot wait. Hometown sports hero Kasey Keller is here with us today. We're going to find out more about his final season with the Sounders. We're also easing some nerves today about the dangers of radiation coming from the ongoing emergency in Japan and the latest in gadgetry that can make your travel hassles disappear. Plus a great performance this morning from up-and-coming band A Leaf. There is so much more, including great food and a little something we like to call Monday Madness. That's so super cheesy. I never get tired of it. Audience coordinator Susie Wiley is the keeper of the raffle bowl, and she has more on the big day. Susie, what have we got?
I think you're getting better and better at that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
it's a talent.
Are we on television?
We are on television. That was a thought bubble. We have a fun way to start out today. You know, Kent Station in Kent it's an outdoor shopping mall, beautiful mall with wonderful stores, and they're doing a great project helping send kids to college called Moolah for Schoolah.
Which I love. That's a great name.
Great name. And every time, if you go to there and fill out a form, they will donate $1 to the scholarship program. They're sending kids to college, and it's wonderful. But to get it started, they've given us 3 $100 gift cards to shop anywhere at Kent Station, movies, restaurants, stores.
Oh, that's great.
Do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, run on over. We'll trade. We'll trade. We'll raffle.
Like a gazelle.
Susie actually is the best runner in high heels ever. Okay, why don't we take turns? I'll go first. Okay. First winner is Mary Lee Owen.
Oh, there she is. Yeah.
$100 gift certificate for you.
Okay. All right.
Susie.
Stephanie Brownfield.
Yay!
Yay! All right.
Kind of like the Marines, we have a few good men in our audience, so I hope we pick one, but Paying Nguyen. Yay!
All right, terrific. And we have a lot of other great raffles.
We do.
Coming up, and giveaways.
We've got some other raffles and giveaways, so stay tuned. But congratulations, everybody, and Susie will get you. You're going to go give it to him now. There she goes. I'm sorry. This is what happens in our office all day long. Click, clack, we know it's Susie. Now, we've been waiting a long time to welcome our first guest, so we're excited to finally have him here. Kasey Keller is a pioneer in American soccer and one of the top players in U.S. history. He also helped launch the Seattle Sounders FC into Major League Soccer in 2008. Not a bad way for somebody who grew up on an egg farm in Olympia to go. This is his last season before retirement, and we are so happy he played out his career right here with us. Please welcome a real hometown superstar, our Seattle Sounders goalkeeper, Kasey Keller. Welcome.
Oh, it's been a tremendous welcome since I've been able to come home and be a part of the Sounders.
Is it so cool? You grew up in Olympia, right?
Correct.
Let me see, what do I have? North Thurston High School.
Yes.
University of Portland.
Correct.
And then you travel all over the world, play for these great teams, and come home and finish your career at a beloved club in Seattle. I mean, that's like a dream, a movie, it seems like, almost.
It definitely finished that way. I mean, to be able to, you know, I think every kid kind of says, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, well, I want to be a professional athlete. I hadn't really chosen a sport yet at that time. And then when it came about that I was going to try to do this in soccer, then, you know, there was no league in America at the time.
Right.
So I had to go to Europe, and you know, which was kind of strange because I was the first player to play on an American passport in England. So to say, oh, I'm going to go to Europe, it wasn't as if there was a whole bunch of people doing that before me. And you know, I had the opportunity to do that, and to say, you know, I kind of said, well, God, if I could be over here for 5, 6, 10 years, that would be tremendous. And you know, 17 years later, you know, we're able to come home to something as cool as that is formed here in Seattle. Because people were saying before, yeah, are you going to go home? You're going to finish your career? And it's like, well, what's home? I mean, is go play in New York or go play in
Right.
in Texas, which is still a 5-6 hour flight from Seattle. I might as well stay in Europe and only have it be a 10-hour flight. So then, you know, thankfully, you know, Adrian and Joe and Paul Allen and Drew, you know, were able to get this thing
Hold it
going
together.
at just the, you know, unbelievable time for myself to be able to come home and finish my career, and to have that transition be so easy with the unbelievable fan support.
It's been incredible, hasn't it? I mean, from that very first night, it's just been great.
Well, it even started before that. When you think that before we even kicked off a game, before we had 16, 17,000 season tickets, which blew away all MLS records before we even got close to kicking a ball. So just a dream come true to be able to come home and finish this
No,
way.
you're, you know, kind of beloved from the beginning. Now, I'm curious about the psychology of being a goalkeeper, because I would cry and want my mother as soon as we got into like a penalty kick situation. And it's almost like it's a relief if you're successful, and then it's just this tragic thing when you're not. And it's one thing when you're a professional athlete and a grown-up now, but growing up, I mean, how do you manage your emotions, forget about what goes
Sometimes
wrong?
you don't manage them very well. Sometimes you go a little bit crazy. I think other times, I think the hard part in goal is, you know, when you make a mistake, it's there for everybody to see, and there's no hiding. And there's been plenty of occasions where I wish I could have really just dug a hole and jumped in it and covered myself up, and it's difficult because sometimes it doesn't end there. You know, you know, in Europe it's such a big deal. You're at the grocery store and someone's like, "Hey, what happened at the weekend?" You know,
well, you played for Tottenham and Fulham, and people are just nuts there. And yeah, they don't really let you forget your mistakes very well. But you had one game in 1998, U.S. against Brazil, a shutout. You must have been, as they say, in the zone. He played all 90 minutes. He had 10 saves, some of them point-blank range. Barcelona, the band, wrote a song called Kasey Keller, just in case anybody wants to know who it's about. It's about Kasey, about this game. What was that game like? Was that the pinnacle? In terms of your performance, how well you felt you played?
I think it goes, you're always going to have good games, bad games, that kind of situation, but it kind of depends on situations and who you're playing against. And when you're playing against the previous World Cup champions, against the previous Golden Boot winner from the previous World Cup, in a FIFA event, it wasn't a friendly. It was a big tournament. It was a big day and a big game, and also as a goalkeeper, so often you're going to have a successful game, but your team's going to lose, because if you're making 10, 12 saves, chances are they're going to score a couple goals and you're going to have a great game, but you're going to lose 2-0. And to be able to have that game against these players, against that team in this event, and to be able to win the game, and to have the things that Romario said after the game for me, it was a big day.
He said that was the best goalkeeping performance he'd ever seen.
It was
That's
nice.
a pretty big deal.
It was nice, yes.
So what happens after retirement?
Well, the idea is, you know, my family was so, I think, supportive of myself. You know, my kids were 11 years old when we moved back here, and this was their 5th school in their 4th country.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were times when it truly was. You know, we were at a birthday party, and for the kids were at a friend's birthday party, and I took a phone call, walked outside, came back in, and told my wife we were moving to Germany. So those are, and they were always so supportive of that. And the whole idea was, when I came back, was to try to get somewhere where we could stay in one place. And so the idea was to come home, finish my career, and then be involved in an organization and try to move the sport forward. And I can't think of a better way to finish that and to transition out of playing into whatever that next stage is than with an organization like the Seattle Sounders.
And being a dad, the best job ever.
Well, that helps too. You know, it'd be nice to be around.
Those are great. Well, listen, I cannot thank you enough. We've wanted to have you here for a year, so it's so exciting that you're here. You're like our birthday present, because the show's almost a year old, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. The next match for the Sounders is here at home on Friday night at 7 against the Houston Dynamo. We're going to link ticket information and the Sounders' full schedule on king5.com/newday. So go Sounders. But before we go, we're going to raffle off some tickets. We have 4 tickets to raffle off. And Susie, we need the magic bowl. Kasey, would you do the honors?
I'd love to.
Okay. Stir it up there, pick a good one, and read the name off the back, and these tickets are yours. Ready, everybody? Drum roll.
Lily Maddox. All right. Lily. Woo.
Stand up, honey. That's so cool. We'll bring them to you right after this. That's fantastic. Thank you, Kasey.
My pleasure.